Hi Virgo, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly horoscope for the month of September. We begin the month in your birthday season, so I wish you all a very happy and healthy birthday. I hope you're able to do something to set intentions of what you want to manifest for this upcoming year and to honor your birthday. It's been such a tough year for all of us, and I hope you're able to do something to celebrate. And we have a really big month ahead of us because Mars, which is the planet of action and ambition and passion and aggression and sexuality, stations retrograde on September 9th at 28 degrees of the cardinal fire sign of Aries, and it stations direct on November 13th at 15 degrees of Aries. Mars is how we get things going. It gives us our courage to move ahead, and it gives us passion and drive to get things done. And for all of us collectively, this is a cosmic pause to reset and recharge, because the majority of the year we've been working with tremendous cardinal energy. And what that means, the cardinal signs are the signs that catalyze things. And we began the year with this unprecedented Capricorn story in your house of creativity and self-expression and romance and love affairs. That's where you're restructuring your energy and your creativity for sure. But for the collective, because Saturn and Pluto met up at the world axis, this has been major death and rebirth and metamorphosis for all of us. And Capricorn, is about karma and restrictions, and we've all been working within limitations. So I hope you're able to honor your birthday. And now that Mars is retrograde, it's going to ask all of us, in a sense, to reconsider how we move ahead, because no matter what, we've all been working really hard and hustling within these limits. And with Mars retrograde, it does bring some delays. It does ask all of us to take a little time to pause. And for you, Mars has been transiting in your house of transformation and healing and wounds and joint resources and finances. So this is where the action is for you for the remainder of the year. That Mars will help you to do inner healing work. It's a good focus for your investments and for repairing your finances with Mars in that house, but it's not easy. So now it's time to reconsider, how can you be more effective in taking care of yourself? How are the wounds surfacing for you? Have you been addressing them? Have you been working nonstop and not practicing enough self-care to address the healing? So it's time to take a little bit of a pause to figure out how you can serve yourself and others better going forward, because with Mars retrograde, it's going to be frustrating for everybody. People will be much more easily triggered. And since the beginning of August, Mars has been clashing with the planets in Capricorn, and that's been getting people much more charged up and feeling much more frustrated. And now that Mars is retrograde, Mars does not like being blocked and held back, but we're all going to have to work within that story. And actually, it might be good for all of us to recalibrate and figure out how we proceed forward, because the cardinal Capricorn story is not yet finished, and Aries is also a fellow cardinal sign. It's still asking for all of us to move ahead and charge within these really challenging times, but we also need to get rest and restore. So I hope you're able to do that and to really focus on doing some inner work this fall with Mars retrograding in that sector of your chart around wounds and around healing. So really focus on that. And we begin the month on September 2nd with a full moon that occurs at 1:22 a.m. Eastern Time, and it occurs at 10 degrees of Pisces in your house of partnerships and relationships. Maybe you've been dating somebody, because this whole Capricorn story of restructuring has been in your house of love affairs and romance. Maybe it's taking another level. It could bring fruition to projects you've been working on. That day, transiting Venus in the sign of Cancer will be opposing Saturn in Capricorn, so there could be a turning point for some. That's in your, Venus is still in your house of friendship, so maybe there's a little bit of a gaffe with that situation. But regardless, maybe it brings some healing, because I love the fact that the moon sextiles Uranus. That's a nice energy. And on September 5th, Mercury, which is the planet that rules your sign and is a planet of communication, thoughts, and ideas, exits your sign and enters the sign of Libra, which occupies your second house of money and income and how you're creative, how you create things in your life. And this is going to be a very good opportunity for you to get creative on how you earn money. And it will be occupying this house for you until September 27th. It's going to enter Scorpio at the end of the month, but later in the fall, on October 14th, Mercury will be retrograding in your house of communication and ideas and thoughts, and it will be re-entering the late degrees of Libra at the end of October, re-entering your house of income and money. So this is a theme for you this fall: how you earn money, how you're facing your self-worth. What are you doing to feel good about yourself? Because sometimes Virgo, I have moon in Virgo, so I can relate to this. You can be a little self-critical, and again, you want to do healing work, you want to feel good about yourself, and it's really about having courage to heal with Mars in Aries, and also for you to really find your inner muse and to be creative. So that's a big theme for you this fall. And Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty and money, enters the sign of Leo on September 6th and enters your 12th house of hidden matters and spirituality, and that's also a very creative house. It rules the imagination. So this is really nice for doing creative projects, for secret love affairs perhaps, but also good for practicing self-care, because that house is very much around meditation and manifesting. So this is another really nice energy for you, and I think you're being called by the universe to be more creative and really to enhance that area of your life in these difficulties. And Venus will be there in that sector of your chart until October 2nd. So that's a nice energy for this. And let's see here. Then we have, then we'll be entering your sign. So that'll be nice. And so then we have on September 9th, Mars is retrograde. We've been feeling that build up really since the middle end of August. And again, we can expect delays. People are going to be more frustrated. You're a very practical sign that's analytical. Find solutions within the delays. Find ways to channel the anger that might erupt, because Mars is transiting in your house of wounds, and maybe there are things that you haven't dealt with, and this is excellent fall. This is an excellent time for you to do inner work. And then on September 12th, Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and abundance, stations direct at 17 degrees of Capricorn. And that's helpful because now we have an outer planet stationing direct in your house of love affairs and creativity. And we feel that build up 5 days before and 5 days after. And then on September 17th, this is a really nice time for you. There's going to be a beautiful new moon in your sign that takes place at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And it's at 25 degrees of Virgo. It makes an exact trine to Saturn, the planet of structure, and this helps to stabilize your intentions. Definitely manifest that day. That's your annual new moon in your house of self and new beginnings. What do you want to manifest? Is it a relationship? Is it new financial opportunities? Is it a creative project? That is a day to set your intentions and really honor that new moon. And then on the 22nd of September, we have the fall equinox. I will get this right. And the sun exits your sign and enters the sign of Libra, where it will be until October 22nd. And it's transiting in your house of money and income and and what you value. And again, it's also around self-worth, and it's shining a light in that area of your chart. And then on September 27th, Mercury, the ruler of your sign, exits the sign of Libra and enters the sign of Scorpio, where it will be in your house of communication and learning and local neighborhood activities. And again, knowing that later in the fall, Mercury is retrograde, something you're very familiar with because it rules your sign. So there will be a lot of review around communication and writing and networking and marketing yourself, but also regarding your income and what you value. And that's the story with Mercury retrograde later in the fall. And on September 28th, Mars is going to form a beautiful trine to Venus in Leo. And Venus is transiting in your house of spirituality, and Mars is transiting in your house of healing. So that's an excellent day for really manifesting as well, and for doing some kind of ritual to honor the creativity and for the healing work that's available that day. And on September 29th, another big day, Saturn stations direct at 25 degrees of Capricorn. Now we have two planets that are direct in Capricorn. We feel that 5 days before and 5 days after. And Saturn is transiting in your house of creativity. It's been there since December 20th of 2017, and it's exiting that house on December 17th of this year. So really figuring what you want to anchor in your life regarding your creativity, your joy, what makes you happy, and what makes your heart sing. So I wish you a lot of luck. This is going to be a big month for all of us. And thank you very much, Virgo. Take care.